Since the 1st of August 2024, Nigeria has been gripped by intense nationwide protests known as the 30 Days of Rage or End Bad Governance demonstrations. Thousands of Nigerians took to the streets across the country, including major cities like Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Rivers, demanding for a breakdown of the cost of living. The primary grievances include the reversal of the recent fuel subsidy removal and a reduction in electricity tariff. Well, despite the protesters' sustained effort, culminating into a final massive demonstration on the 10th of August, the response from the President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu's administration, has been marked as inadequate. The governor's and government's reluctance to genuinely engage with the protesters' demands has led to a situation where the protesters have intensified into violent confrontations. Local media reports confirms that the violence escalated last Thursday, resulting in at least 22 deaths. Authorities have deployed hundreds of police officers and security personnel to major cities trying to contain the unrest, while the protests have somewhat subsided in certain areas. They continue to rage in the northern parts of Nigeria, such as Kano and Kaduna, as well as in River State in the south. The Lagos state government, in contrast, has praised the halt of protests in their area, interpreting it as a sign that the government's message has been received. The stark contrast between the government's public statements and the reality on the ground highlights a troubling disconnect. President Tinubu's call for dialogue and promises of listening to the grievances of the people. Critics argue that his administration's response has been too late. The government's failure to address core issues has only deepened public frustration and prolonged the unrest. Amnesty International and other human rights organizations have condemned the excessive use of force by security forces, which has only exacerbated the crisis. The lack of meaningful dialogue and reform from the government underscores a broader issue: their systematic initial and unwillingness to confront the root causes of public dissatisfaction. The aftermath of these protests also reveals a troubling trend: continued support for inaction and ineffective response among certain quarters. Some political figures and politicians have also been quick to praise the government's attempt at dialogue, while disregarding the evident failure in addressing the protesters' fundamental demands. These disconnects reflects a broader issue of ineffective governance and lack of genuine engagement with press and public concerns. Well, as the Take It Back movement concludes its 10 days protest, with organizers threatening to mobilize a 1 million man march if their demands are not met, it is clear that a path towards forward for Nigeria involves a critical reassessment of its governance and economic policies. The protests have exposed severe discontent with the president's administration and the international community watching closely to see if Nigeria can navigate this turbulent period with effective reforms and genuine dialogue. The ongoing unrest underscores a crucial need for leadership not only acknowledges but actively addresses the deep-seated issues of economic hardship and governance inefficiencies. The ultimate success of this protest will hinge on whether the Nigerian government can move beyond superficial responses and engage in substantive actions and genuinely address the needs and concerns of its citizens.